Welcome to Nature Bridge. We teach environmental science in nature's classroom. Our mission is to inspire a personal connection to the natural world and responsible actions to sustain it. We have led the way in environmental education for nearly 4 decades, most recently receiving state and national awards in the areas of children's environmental education. Our Nature Bridge staff is dedicated to the quality and integrity of our programs. In 2010, Outdoor Magazine named Nature Bridge one of the top 20 best places to work. In our nearly 40-year partnership with the National Park Service, we have served almost 1 million students through our 5 locations: Golden Gate National Recreation Area, Olympic National Park in Washington State, Yosemite National Park, Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area, and Channel Islands National Park. We are educating the next generation of leaders to respect the natural world, understand the scientific principles that govern it, and preserve it for future generations. Nature Bridge programs are offered in 2 spectacular locations in the Santa Monica Mountains, known as the world's largest urban national park. Our locations are conveniently located and easily accessible, just an hour away from Los Angeles. The Santa Monica Mountains and the Channel Islands provide perfect natural laboratories for our hands-on, inquiry-based field science education programs. An elementary school teacher recently said, "This was a trip that marked many firsts for our students. Being away from home, camping, and climbing a mountain. Nature Bridge provides students with experiences that teachers cannot create in the classroom." We offer customized single-day programs and 2 to 5 day residential programs for grades 4 through 12. We tailor our programs to fit specific needs and will work closely with you to easily plan the logistics, from funding to curriculum to travel planning. We also offer a unique 5-day adventure to explore the wild, isolated land and coastlines of the Channel Islands National Park. Overnight programs include live-aboard boat or island tent camping. Our staff will welcome you and provide an easy transition from the urban hustle to the quiet splendor of the natural world. Your students will be greeted and introduced to the program by our knowledgeable field science educators. Meanwhile, teachers and adult chaperones will be busy meeting with the Nature Bridge program manager to discuss important responsibilities and safety features. Nature Bridge provides all student supervision and education during the day and evening programs. Each day, students will hike to some of the region's most beautiful places and engage in a personal exploration of the unique Mediterranean landscape, the ecology, and the watersheds of the area. Highlights include hiking to the top of Sandstone Peak, exploring tide pools at Leo Carrillo State Beach, and discovering island marine life among the Channel Islands. Our experienced educators are the defining characteristic of our programs. All educators demonstrate the most effective teaching techniques in the field and are wilderness medicine certified. Educators have expertise including classroom teaching, marine biology, field research, art and performance, and leadership training. Each educator has a bachelor's degree or higher, 2 to 3 years of teaching experience in outdoor environmental education programs, and a contagious enthusiasm for exploring the natural world. Developed in partnership with Stanford Graduate School of Education, our educators will engage students in activities that follow our core educational framework. Priorities are sense of place, interconnections, and stewardship. Sense of place activities build an awareness of the environment around them, recognizing abiotic, biotic, and cultural resources. Interconnections nurture students' emotional connections to the natural world, understand complex connections in habitats and ecosystems, and describe ways in which their communities impact the natural systems on which they depend. Stewardship activities provide students with opportunities to discuss how they can continue to make a difference in their home communities. They also learn about sustainability and understand the difference between preservation and conservation. Our curriculum is designed in accordance with California state science standards and can be tailored to meet specific learning objectives and needs. Our institute director has worked for many years locally, nationally, and internationally in the field of science and environmental science education. His academic background, plus active field engagement, provides depth and quality to our programs. Here is an example of the 6th grade science standards under Earth Sciences. Our program would focus on 1 or 2 specific standards from the Earth Sciences strand and teach those to mastery. Our educators will focus on the narrative and teach its content. At the end of the program, students truly understand 1 or 2 standards within the California State framework. We cover a wide array of topics, including life science, earth science, cultural history, scientific inquiry, and humans and the environment. So, while hiking to the grotto, your students could discover native plants through ecology activities, or walk the trails the Chumash Indians walked in this area before European settlers. Your students can study watersheds through hands-on hydrology activities, or discover native wildlife and their habitats. At 3,111 feet, Sandstone Peak is the highest point in the Santa Monica Mountain Range. In addition to learning the geology in the area, we can also use the field-based experience to help your students organize a research project in the area with the use of GPS receivers, probeware, and compasses. This will allow them to discover the changes that occur through the practical application of the scientific inquiry process. Our educators take students through a logical sequence of lessons that help students gain a conceptual understanding of the world in which we live. Nature Bridge programs inspire students and teachers to develop a lifelong relationship to the environment and to share what they have learned with parents, family, schools, and their community. Through each activity, students practice and strengthen their communication and leadership skills. Personal growth and development are also important elements of our curriculum. Students will gain greater awareness of their personal strengths and abilities, and become empowered to make a positive difference in the world.